Here we go. The first time I met Demi was when I was on Dancing with the Stars in
Yes.
2009. And
Okay.
and they'll bring on like a a superstar performer to just do like a performance. And it just so happened that Demi did the performance on Dancing with the Stars like on the week that my niece was visiting from Florida with my sister. And my niece was like maybe 6 at the time. Like maybe 7. I don't know, but she was like, oh my god, that is Demi Lovato. And I was like the coolest uncle ever for
Cute.
for going over and saying, hey. And I'd never met you, but I said, hey, like would it be cool if you took a photo with my niece? And Demi's just like, of course, shit, yeah, like no problem. And I'll tell you, that photo of you and my niece had on her bedroom wall ever since. And not only ever since, but I think it was your last stop in Florida. um and I somehow managed to arrange it through a mutual rep that we have to put her on the meet and greet list for your last concert in Florida. And it's like a decade later, and sure enough, my niece shows up like now 10 years older with the same photo, and you signed it for her. So now that photo's on her wall with your signature on it.
Oh, that's so cute.
It's just worth mentioning because it's so impressive to me that this like super fandom that my niece has for you has endured for so long. Like you're like
Yeah.
clearly your fans have grown up with you. And like,
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
think
that's
because, like, I came out on the scene when I was a teenager. And so they saw, well, technically I was a child because I did Barney
yeah.
and Friends. But I think when I got my break, it was on Disney Channel, which is when a lot of like preteens are watching, identifying with these characters that are the girl next door. So, they get that likability factor right away. And then I put out music that was just like easy to relate to, I guess. And I talked about stuff that a lot of people were kind of needing someone to speak about, like bullying. Like I talked about that. That was something that I dealt with. And yeah, I think people really like kind of latched on to my honesty of like, we need to like, we need to show this girl support and love and make sure it's like they really, my fan base has carried me through my career in every sense of the word, whether it's been emotional support or just like, success. It's all attributed to them because they relate, and it's been amazing. I'm so grateful.
They've definitely hung on for the ride, and that's super
Yeah.
epic.
I
Uh,
saw I saw on your Instagram that you do jiu-jitsu.
I do.
How long have you been doing that for, and how much has it changed your life? Because that's
Scott got into jujitsu, and
I'm a white belt.
Okay. See, I'm a second degree blue belt. This is going on year 4. I'm obsessed. Like I love it. I love it so much, and I'm missing it so much right now. But you can't have close contact with anybody, so the most I can do is like drills in my backyard. But because I have some mats, but I just got them yesterday, so I haven't started.
wow.
But anyways, I've been doing it for like going on 4 years. It changed so much for me because even just the way that like I use jiu-jitsu as a metaphor to life. The techniques with jiu-jitsu are what make you a beast. You can be 6'5" and tons of muscle, but if you're not good at technique, you're gonna get put to the ground by a 65-year-old person that is better than you at technique. So it's like it's not about the muscle at all, and that's what's cool, especially for a woman, like having the confidence to walk down an alley at night. I'm not going to, but to have that confidence of like, I know I can do it because if somebody attacks me, I can beat the shit out of them and be fun. Like I know
Sure.
I'm good. And there's that confidence that like, I wish every girl could have that, and guy. but it has changed so much for me. But yeah, like I was saying with the technique, sorry, I talk a lot. No, I'm drinking coffee, and I don't drink coffee. I started in quarantine. So, but when you're thinking of like, sometimes it's just the difference of an inch will make the difference between submitting somebody or choking them out, and sometimes it's just that extra inch in life that you need to push you towards greatness as well. And those metaphors from jiu-jitsu you could put into life, and I don't know, I'm such an advocate for it. I get so passionate about it.
I love it. And I want to talk about MMA, but there's a couple things. First, you just said that about how your music and your concerts and everything that you do in this industry is, essentially to like, sort of give people to themselves and empower them. And you've been so prolific and proactive with like different causes and stuff. And I know that you just did this new mental health fund. And so I got to ask you about that.
Yeah, well, basically, it was an opportunity that came to me, and I could not say no to. It was totally applicable to where everyone is right now. That we're dealing with so much stress and anxiety with the uncertainty of this pandemic, and this is playing on the fears of so many people. And it's so important that there's an outlet for people, especially if they're stuck at home with their abusers, or if they're depressed and they can't get to their therapist or their psychiatrist for some reason. It's just like, this is a really crucial time that people need support during. And the mental health fund is something that people can go to in order to get help.
And where do they find a link for that?
I'm not sure what the actual link is. I'll get that for you, and I'll make sure that we can
do the proper swipe up and call to action.
We'll put it in the description and all that, because we definitely want to get behind that. And okay, now in a juicier sense, because I'm dying to know this, because like you are so much more famous than I am.